Results have emerged, a clear victory, a sweep for the Congress party, leading in 137 seats there. And there you can see the results, 224. So the seats have been declared, 224, so 137 for the Congress party. They have gained 57 seats. So 57 seats they lost last time around, they have gained in. And for the BJP, well, this is the declared number right now, 108, with the Congress up 45, the BJP 44 and the JDS 15. The leads are 137 currently. So 170 seats declared so far. We've been talking about what next for the Congress in the sense who is going to be Chief Minister. What we have learned is that the Congress is going to be holding a meeting today itself. Earlier the news was that the meeting, the Congress of the CLP, was going to be tomorrow to decide on who will be Chief Minister. But now we have learned, NDTV Sunil Prabhu breaking that news, that it's going to be today itself. Today evening is when the Congress CLP will meet to decide on who will be the Chief Minister. Also interesting to bring in here is that Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, she has tweeted on these results saying, "My salutations to the people of Karnataka for their decisive mandate in favor of change. Brute authoritarian and majoritarian politics is vanquished when people want plurality and democracy." But this is the important point which we've been talking here in studio about what this means going forward in 2024. And while, of course, it's very difficult to extrapolate a state election to the national elections, what is interesting is this will be a big boost for the Congress, especially when it comes to reaching out to other opposition leaders like Mamata Banerjee. Let's just listen into what Rahul Gandhi said earlier. He was at the Congress headquarters where he gave that victory speech. He congratulated the people of Karnataka. He thanked them for their support. He also said this is a vote by the poor people of Karnataka, talking about the 5 guarantees that the Congress made to the people of the state. Let's just listen to what he said.
कांग्रेस पार्टी कर्नाटक में गरीबों के साथ खड़ी हुई, हम गरीबों के मुद्दों पर लड़े। और मुझे सबसे अच्छी बात यह लगी कि हमने नफरत से, गलत शब्दों से ये लड़ाई नहीं लड़ी। हमने मोहब्बत से, प्यार से, दिल खोल के ये लड़ाई लड़ी। और कर्नाटक की जनता ने हमें दिखाया कि ये देश मोहब्बत इस देश को अच्छी लगती है। कर्नाटक में नफरत की बाजार बंद हुई है, मोहब्बत की दुकानें खुली हैं। हमने चुनाव में कर्नाटक की जनता से, गरीब जनता से 5 वायदे किए थे। मैंने अपने भाषण में कहा, खारगे जी ने भाषण में कहा, सब नेताओं ने भाषण में कहा था कि हमारे 5 वायदे हैं। हम इन वायदों को पहले दिन पहली कैबिनेट मीटिंग में पूरा करेंगे।
Right, so Rahul Gandhi making that pledge that those 5 guarantees, they will resolve them as soon as possible. At the first cabinet meeting, they will take up those issues. And remember, those were promises to the poor. Ajay, we've been talking about how this appealed to the poor in the state. And Rahul Gandhi talking about how this is a victory for love. All that is very simplistic. But, you know, when we were talking ahead of the results coming out, everybody was speaking about how Karnataka has always had this revolving door elections. And we've always had another party coming in. So why is this different from that? Why do you think that this is not that usual, one time the BJP, the other time the Congress? Why is this different?
Well, last time the Congress snatched a BJP win, well, not a particularly convincing win, but
sure,
they were the largest party,
108,
definitely. Yes. And the Congress did something which was very strange. It allowed a much smaller party to get the Chief Minister's post. Now, had this succeeded, and that when it happened, it was seen as a great coup. But unfortunately, for the Congress, the whole thing collapsed.
It was a weak government.
It was a
very
weak
stable
government. And
Kumaraswamy crying several times.
Yeah, didn't quite, make the real grade as Chief Minister. So I think the Congress seemed as if it had lost it forever in Karnataka. The fact that it was able to resurrect itself, I think is very creditable, because the Congress did not panic, and its regional leaders, instead of fighting each other or joining the BJP,
sure,
It did not.
Kartikeya going so far as to say that this could become like a Congress stronghold, the state of Karnataka.
And the BJP, on the other hand, had a supreme opportunity in really establishing a stranglehold over Karnataka. And that is why I think it is very, very important that a South Indian bastion for the Congress, for the BJP, would have been, I think, a huge jewel in Narendra Modi's crown.
Instead, now you have Congress leaders saying that
also,
South India mukt the BJP. But let's go across to Sunil Prabhu, who has that big breaking news. Sunil, the Congress is going to meet today itself to decide on who leads Karnataka.
That's right. They will have a CLP meeting that's likely to be held later this evening. As I speak, the Congress President, Mr. Karge, along with Mr. Randeep Surjewala, who will be in charge of Karnataka, General Secretary of Mr. Venu Gopal, the finance, and it's unlikely that the chief different path take an appropriate decision. But then certain ML before final and
all right, we will try and go back to Sunil there. The line not very clear, but the key point is that the Congress is going to hold a meeting today itself, today evening itself, to decide on who will be the chief minister. As we know, it is between Mr. D.K. Shiv Kumar as well as Siddaramaiah, and the Congress clearly not wanting this to fester too long, and the sweetness of this victory in a sense to turn somewhat bitter. But yes, Kartikeya, you were making a point earlier.
To your question that, it alternates. I think we are now past the point where it's as simple as just simply alternating by default.
The revolving...
Look at Uttarakhand, look at Goa. Congress was supposed to win both
smaller
of the
states.
No, but it was Congress's turn, but they did not.
So, because again, they did not fight it as energetically as we've seen them fight here in Karnataka.
Today, the voter has become smart enough to say that even if I'm upset with the government, you as the opposition can't just think that you are the default option.
It's interesting in Uttarakhand as well, they kept changing the chief minister and it worked. I mean,
it
also
worked because the Congress's
campaign was very lackluster.
Exactly, and Harish Rawat, who's the biggest face in Uttarakhand politics, until the last moment was fighting the political battle in Punjab. He was the Punjab in charge of the Congress. So essentially, the Congress squandered these two states, which was theirs for the taking. So I think it's not anymore by default. So therefore, this victory is as much about anti-incumbency as it is about the Congress's ability to have cashed in on that anti-incumbency using a very credible state leadership, a very successful campaign, and with all sort of checking all the right boxes in order
all right, checking all the right boxes. Let's just take that to Mr. Pawan Khera, who now joins us. Congratulations, Mr. Khera. And, it's quite the defeat for the BJP and a sweep for the Congress in Karnataka. First up, we're talking about who will be Chief Minister, and that meeting will take place today itself.
Thank you so much, and let us first give us some time to at least enjoy the victory. Why do you ask difficult questions?
Because that will make it more challenging for the Congress itself. It'll be a problem for the Congress itself if you let this fester too long.
There is no problem at all, and let the legislative party meet, and then whatever they communicate to the leadership will be the decision.
All right, what is the impact and we've been talking about this in studio, about what this means for 2024. I know you're just enjoying the victory, but we have to analyze all these, the figures and what it means in the political realm. So what do you think this victory for the Congress means for 2024?
I think what this victory, like Himachal, signifies is the counter narrative brought about by the Bharat Jodo Yatra. What we were lacking was that even when we spoke the truth, I think we whispered our truth, and they lied loudly. That's what has changed both in Himachal and in Karnataka. Now we are heard.
And does the credit for that not go to, the fact that on the ground you had a Mr. D.K. Shiv Kumar, Siddaramaiah, all of them were working. We were speaking to one of the campaign managers, and he said we've not had a day of rest for the last 2 years. So that sort of energy, the fact that if you push that energy on the ground, Because you've been talking about poverty, about inflation, about price rise in other states as well, but it somehow has not translated into support the way it has today in Karnataka, and that means the message got across.
No, of course, the energy of our leadership in the state, the guidance of Mr. Kharge, who is a very seasoned man and also happens to be from that state, our young campaigners, our young leaders like Rahul ji and Priyanka ji, I think everything fell into place, and our narrative was something which had a lot of resonance across the entire state.
All right, and we're hearing that the meeting that the Congress, today itself, the Congress will be meeting there in Bengaluru to decide on the chief ministership, and they're going to leave it to the High Command?
You know our process, the CLP meets and they decide whatever decision, whatever resolution the CLP makes is what the party leadership then finally goes by.
All right, and so tell us, what is it the Congress feels really worked for them during your campaigns? Rahul Gandhi just spoke about how those 5 guarantees is something that the Congress will take up first and foremost as soon as the government is formed. And is that what you credit for this victory today?
Our faith in the country's resilience gets restored today. The country is very resilient towards the kind of hatred that was being forced upon by the leadership, by the Prime Minister, Home Minister, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. The kind of narrative they tried to bring to Karnataka was rejected very decisively. I mean, we were talking about the day-to-day issues, livelihood issues, lives of people, potholes in Bangalore, and they were talking about Bajrang Bali and reducing Bajrang Bali to the level of Bajrang Dal. I think this got decisively rejected by the people of Karnataka, and that restores the faith all of us have in this country's ability to reject hatred.
All right, coming back to the issue, this template that the Congress has found has worked for it in Karnataka, the learning from there, is this something we're going to see translate into other states going into elections, for example, in Rajasthan going forward?
Yeah, obviously, any election going state has its own regional flavor, has its own regional issues and compulsions and dynamics. So we'll respect the dynamics of the state, and accordingly we'll have a template. We can't have one size fit all in all states. I mean, different states respond to different narratives.
Right, and we were discussing, we were talking here about the, revolving door politics that we've seen in Karnataka, and that was something the BJP was trying to fight against to ensure that, they come back again in Karnataka. But what would you credit this victory for? The Congress's victory, because the BJP is trying to say that that is a big issue, the fact that Karnataka always did change their government.
No, but so did Kerala, so did Uttarakhand, but things changed there. But they couldn't beat that trend here in Karnataka. There is a reason, because of the over-dependence on the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister made the entire campaign about himself. Last 15 days, it was just his face all across the state in Karnataka, whether it was advertisements in the newspapers, whether it was billboards. Everything, everywhere, wherever you look, it was the Prime Minister. So I hope he takes the responsibility of this defeat now.
And the credit for this victory?
People of Karnataka, every single worker of Karnataka.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll leave it there. Congratulations, Pawan Khera and the Congress. They're leading in 138 seats currently as those numbers are being counted. The BJP at 63. So a sweep for the Congress in Karnataka.